Welcome to another episode of Temple Touch, the weekday devotion to inspire you, increase your faith, and encourage you to serve the Lord with all your heart, mind, and strength. Today's lesson comes from Luke chapter 22, verse 31 to 32, which said, "And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, behold, Satan hath desired to have you, that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for thee, that thy faith fail not. And when thou art converted, strengthen thy brethren." Today's thought is, Jesus has your name on his lips. If no one has told you the truth about living a life pleasing in God's sight, a life in which you overcome temptation, walk righteously, and do that which is honest and pure before God, here is the real truth. You cannot do it by yourself in your own strength. Willpower alone does not work. Positive thinking alone can't help. As a matter of fact, we don't even have the power within ourselves to overcome our own flesh and sinful desires. The Apostle Paul in Romans chapter 17 sums up the situation. He said, "For I know that nothing good dwells within me, that is, in my flesh. I can will what is right, but I cannot perform it. I have the intention and the urge to do what is right, but no power to carry it out. For I fail to practice the good deeds that I desire to do, but the evil deeds that I do not desire to do are what I am ever doing." Paul then asked a question, and he said, "Who will release and deliver me from the shackles of this body of death?" He goes on and he answers that same question with these words, and he says, "Oh, thank God that he will, through Jesus Christ, the Anointed One, our Lord." In the passage of text today, Jesus' disciple Peter was strong-willed. He was arrogant, he was defiant, and so sure of himself. Yet in those moments of temptation and weaknesses that came during Jesus' final hours, Peter failed. His willpower gave out, and his positive thinking walked out of the door. But the great news is that grace covered him. Grace, the man named Jesus Christ, had already asked the Father to keep Peter. So Peter was easily restored, even after his personal failure. Aren't you glad today that Jesus is still on the right hand of the Father, making intercession for you and me? Aren't you glad that today Jesus has your name on his lips in the presence of the Father? Don't rest in your own strength today. Be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. We are all frail human beings that can do nothing without Christ. Confess to him today that you need him, and you will have victory by faith in the Son of God. Thank you for listening to today's Temple Touch. If you enjoyed this message, be sure to pass it on to someone else who may also be blessed and inspired. Remember, make time in your busy life to become a part of a good weekly Bible study group so that you can connect with others, you can build your faith, and you can learn and grow together as a family. Because the truth of life is, you cannot succeed alone. Thank you for listening. Have a blessed day.